Okay, so I anticipated not having a blank page, and I don't. We have a math intern. I keep forgetting to ask her to just do all the pages for me. What was that? I should. You know what I miss? At home, I have Alexa. I just tell Alexa to remind me about everything. I used to have one here, but then when I came back from summer break one year, it was gone. Huh? I guess. It probably just, because they take everything out and then put it back in. So maybe like I didn't have it labeled, so maybe they just.
Why did you try to get it back? Are they expensive?
No. The little dots, I mean, you can buy expensive ones. Mine was a little crappy, just a little.
Still, I would want to find it.
What am I gonna do? I don't know. It was really cute because you could have her be like if I want you guys to work for like 5 minutes, I could just tell her to set a timer. I could ask her the weather. I could have her play a song if we wanted. Maybe I'll get another one. All right, so I'm gonna call this 4 dash what? 4 dash, did you find it, Noah?
Yeah, it was at the GK.
Oh, well, that's lucky. 4-5 multi-step. That's the one we want. 4-5 solving multi-step. Oh, I forgot the word equation. Solving multi-step equations. Sneak it in right there. So this is when you have more than one thing to undo. So let's start with a real nice, simple, easy one. Something like 2x plus 5 equals, let's go with, I don't know, 21. My goal is still the same. I still want to get x by itself. But now if you look, there's 2 things that I have to worry about, the 2 and the 5. So this, we mentioned this when we were first solving equations. Do you remember that whenever we have things to undo, I want to undo them basically in reverse order of operations order. So PEMDAS, right? We always do parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. We go in the reverse order when we're undoing it. So the first thing I would want to undo is any addition or subtraction. Then I would undo any multiplication, division. Then I would undo exponents and parentheses last. Okay, so let's just jot that down in words. We still want the variable alone. And we're still going to get that by doing the reverse operations. To get that, do the opposite operations in reverse PEMDAS order. So that's sort of my undo order. So I'll give you a moment to get that down, and then we'll talk about this example we have. 2x plus 5 equals 21. Equals 21. So if I want to solve this.
I know. 16.
It is not 16, my
Two times
friend.
8, 16, and plus 5 is 21.
So then it's 8.
Yeah.
Natalie, what should I do first?
So you would subtract 5 to each side, both sides.
Subtract 5 first. So we're gonna undo the add subtract first. So I am adding 5. So let's undo that first. So I subtract 5 once from the left-hand side and once from the right-hand side. When I take it away from the left-hand side, those 5s cancel. So now I'm just left with 2x equals 16. Exactly. And now it's turned into a one-step equation that we just took a quiz on. So I know you all know how to solve this. Divide both sides by 2 real quick. And I get to 8. What'd you say? I hope so. But that's my process. Okay, so let's try a trickier one. Let's do something like, how about -4 minus 6x equals, oh, I don't know, how about 14? So this one, we threw some signs in there. All right, so what should I be getting rid of first? I need to get rid of the -4 and the -6, Maddie. Yes, how? Yes, it's a negative, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. When I do that, those 4's cancel. Now I have -6x equals 14 plus 4 is just 18. And now, again, it's turned back into an easy problem, just like we just did. So I can divide both sides by -6. And my answer is, ooh, you're close. Not 2, but
3.
yeah, -3. You can check your answer. You can take -3 and go back in. -6 times -3 would have been a +18. A +18 with a -4 does, in fact, get me to a +14. Sometimes checking them gets more and more complicated, though, as the original equation is more and more complicated. So just watch out for that. Okay, let's try one that has maybe, let's throw a parenthesis in there. It's always interesting how kids solve ones like this. Say I want to do 2 times x plus 5 equals, oh, I don't know, how about 20? What is your first instinct here? Yes, almost all of you are going to distribute that 2. Guess what? You actually don't have to. You actually don't have, it's not wrong if you do. You certainly could. So you can distribute that too, because I know you're gonna want to and you want to do it anyway. But I could, this is multiplication, 2 times all of that. You can actually divide both sides by 2 to start off with. You're gonna get the same answer either way. You are going to do a little bit more work if you distribute first. But if that's what comes naturally to you, if you're naturally just like, oh yeah, distribute, I mean, it's fine. It's going to take you an extra 0.2 seconds. So it doesn't really matter. But check this out. So I'm going to do it without distributing. So if I divide both sides by 2, so those cancel and I have to divide this side by 2. What's left on the left is just x plus 5. And over here, 20 divided by 2 is just 10. And now I can just minus 5 from both sides. And I end up with an answer of 5. Now, if you had distributed, you should have gotten the exact same answer that I did. It would have just looked a little bit different. So I'll do it real quick. If you distribute, you get 2x plus 10 equals 20. So you would start by minusing 10 minus 10. I get 2x equals 10 divided by 2 divided by 2. See, I end up with the same answer. So that's just up to you whether you want to distribute first or not. But do you get why, like, but Ms. Sabia, I thought if there was addition or subtraction, you're supposed to undo that first. There was parentheses though. So that's why I'm going to hold on to that last. So I actually did the division first, and then I can undo the parenthesis. Let me look at what the what your homework looks like, so I can make sure. Oh yeah, let's do one with a fraction like this. Say I had, something like that. So I want to get that x by itself. I need to get rid of that 4 and that 2. Jay?
Would you subtract 4 on both sides and then multiply 2?
So I can see why you would want to do it that way. The problem is, do you remember how a fraction bar kind of works like parentheses? A fraction bar, are you all listening? I see a lot of you needing some refocusing. When you have a fraction bar, it works like a set of parentheses. So even though there's not a pair drawn right here, you almost want to envision that there is one. So I actually kind of can't touch that yet. I want to get rid of the 2 first. So to get rid of dividing by 2, let's multiply by 2. So I'll multiply both sides by 2. And now I get, since it's all by itself, I can just write it as x plus 4. And then on this side, I've got a negative 16. And now all I have to do is minus that 4. That's it. So I get x equals negative 16 and negative 4 is a negative 20, isn't it? And that's it. You can check this. If I pop it back in, negative 20 plus 4 is negative 16 over 2 is negative 8. Yes. Okay. Any questions so far? We're going to practice a lot more with these tomorrow, but let me give you a couple right here. All I want you to do on this, let's go for the odds again. So just the odds on this one, please. It is. Let me give one to Maddie. What? Odds we're doing. Odds. If you borrowed one of my calculators, if you could drop it off in that bin on your way out. If you borrowed a multiplication chart, you can keep that. Let me open this on Jupyter for you. Is anybody stuck? It is open for you on Jupyter. I'm just attaching the sheet itself. There it is, 4-5, perfect. Okay, so that's ready whenever you are. Ash, were you planning on staying after today by chance? Are you staying after today? Oh, you have one more test to take for me and then you're done. So I am after today, but if you want to stay another day this week, I could put you with someone else. Or yeah, I don't know. Would you be able to stay another day this week? If not today? Okay. So just let me know whichever day you want to stay, and then I'll take you, and then you'll be all caught up and all done.
Anybody else want to stay today? I'm here. Tuesday, no? It's all right, I've got some Algebra 2 kids coming, I know.